Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how you can make your very own satin ribbon flower hair clip, just like this one. Isn't that gorgeous? So I've got everything laid out here ready to make my ribbon flower bow. Everything that I use in this video I will link in the description below, so to get to the description just press on the title and it will bring up the description, and in there you will find the links to the products. So you will need a piece of felt matching your ribbon. This is actually a little bit darker than my ribbon, but it's the closest match I had, so a close match as you can possibly get colour wise. And I've already drawn a circle on my felt. I just use the bottom of this glue bottle. You want it to be around 1 inch round. You may feel comfortable to freehand your circle, but yeah, just something to draw a circle around onto your felt to cut out. You will need a lighter to heat seal the ends of your ribbon. I'm going to use this pearl rhinestone gem, and this is to stick in the centre of my flower. I've got a needle here threaded with some extra strong thread, and I've already popped a knot in the end. And I've got a tape measure to measure my ribbon. And of course you will need your ribbon, 8 pieces. I will show you the measurements in a moment. And I've got my hot glue gun here, which I'm going to set aside to heat up. So you will need 8 pieces of ribbon. As I said before, you can use grosgrain ribbon, but I like to use satin ribbon because I just think it looks really pretty, and with all of the folds in this, it just makes it easier to work with as well. So 8 pieces all together. And all of the pieces are 1.5 inch wide or 4 centimeters wide, and all 8 pieces are cut to 16 centimeters in length or 6¼ inches in length. 8 pieces. First of all, taking your lighter, you will need to heat seal all of the ends of your ribbon. Be careful if you're using satin because it does burn rather easily, but this just gets rid of any frays and it will prevent any further fraying. So do that on all 8 pieces. So I have now heat sealed all of the ends of my 8 pieces of ribbon, and I've separated them into 5 pieces and 3 pieces. 3 pieces for the top layer of the flower and 5 pieces for the bottom layer of the flower. I'm going to make the top layer first, so I'm just going to set these 5 aside for now. So bringing these 3 forwards, I'm going to grab my needle and thread and set it close by because I'm going to need that in a moment. Taking one of our first 3 pieces for the top layer of the bow, you want to fold it in half to find the centre. So you've got a crease marked in there like that. And then we're going to fold this right side in toward that centre. So line that raw edge up toward the centre. And then taking this top right corner, you're going to fold that down diagonally. And then taking this bottom corner, we're going to fold this up to meet at the top. So you've got this folded edge here. Taking the needle and thread now, we're going to sew 4 stitches along with this top diagonal. So going in through this first bottom corner. 1, 2, 3, and the final one catching those top corners, all of the layers. 4. And then we're going to do the same with this side, but the opposite. So we're going to take this left side now and fold that in toward the centre. Take the top left corner, fold it down diagonally. And then this corner here, the bottom corner, we're going to fold that up diagonally to meet up at the top. So this is the back, and this is what it looks like at the front. And again, taking the same needle and thread, we're going to start at the top this time and do the 4 stitches going down this diagonal. So going in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you pull this tight, you can then see that first petal formed. We're going to continue now doing that on our other two pieces for the top layer of the flower. So that is our third and final petal now on that one continuous piece of thread. So I'm going to pull all of these tight now, and then I'm going to go in through this first petal where I started off. So I'm going to go back through in toward the bottom, and then on the underside, this is the underside, I'm going to pull this all tight, and once they're all pinched tightly together, I'm going to go through that last edge again once, and then on the second go I'm going to go through this loose loop a couple of times before I pull it tight, and that will form a knot. And then I can trim off the excess thread. And that is the top 3 petals of our flower now ready. So I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to bring back my 5 pieces, and I'm going to do exactly the same as I did for these 3, but continue with 5 petals on one continuous piece of thread. So I'm going to change this for a longer piece of thread, and then as I get to the last petal I will come back and show you what it looks like before I seal it off, so you can see how it looks as a circle. So I've sewn all of my pieces, and I've got 5 pieces now on this one piece of thread. So I will show you what this looks like as we pull this into a pinch. So as I did with this one, I'm going to take my thread and go through the first petal at that edge, and that will bring those together in a circle. And then I'm going to pull this tight, and that will bring all of those petals in together. This is why it is important to use a lovely strong thread. That way you can get a good pinch on there. Without risking your thread breaking. And then when you have pulled that as tight as you can, you will have a little circle in the middle. That is normal. I'm keeping my fingers here to try and keep that pinch in, and I'm going to go through that last edge once, and then on the second go I'm going to go in and then go through this loose loop again a couple of times to form a knot to hold it in place. And then again trim off the excess thread, and then flip it back over, and then you can just adjust your petals. And that is the bottom layer of the flower now complete. Next I'm going to take my felt and I'm going to cut out my circle that I drew around earlier. And then I'm going to fold this felt circle in half and I'm going to cut 2 slits in it, around 1 centimetre in the middle of the 2 slits. So it looks like this. I'm going to attach my flower to a hair clip. You can attach these to an elastic or a headband, whatever you prefer, but I'm using this 45mm double prong clip. I like to line my clips with matching ribbon, so I've cut a 1 centimetre wide by 11 centimetre strip, and I'm going to use this to line my hair clip. I've just heat sealed around the raw edge because I cut it from my 4 centimetre wide ribbon. So I've got this half lined clip now ready to add to the bottom of my bow. Taking the felt circle, we're going to slip our top part of our hair clip in those slits that we've just made. So threading the felt circle onto the clip. So it's like that. And then to make sure that this doesn't slide, which it does at the moment because we haven't stuck it down, I'm going to stick some glue on either side of this felt circle, so a little bit on this side and on the other. And as you can see, I've got my felt circle sitting on the front half of the clip, not too close to the end, just a little way from the end, and I've kept the pinch part free so I can open and close my clip without pinching on my lovely flower. Next I'm going to layer my flower up, so I'm going to place some glue in a circle around the middle of the bottom petals, and then taking my 3 top petals, I'm going to layer that on the top, making sure that it is central. Like that. And then we can stick that onto our clip now. So taking my hot glue gun again, this time I'm going to place the glue all the way around this felt circle and in the middle. And then taking my flower, placing it upside down, I'm going to pop my felt circle on the bottom center of the flower. And that way I can now grab my clip and open it up without pinching on my lovely loops. I don't want to flatten my petals on my flower. And now we're ready to attach our pearl gemstone to the center. To attach this, I like to use a mix of gemstone glue and hot glue because hot glue forms an immediate bond. This takes 15 hours to set, but it holds these embellishments really well. So I'm going to take a tiny piece of the blue felt, so I'm just cutting another little piece of blue felt off. I've just cut this little tiny piece of felt and I'm going to stick this on the underside of my pearl embellishment because felt and hot glue works really well together. You literally have to rip the felt to pull it off the gemstone, but unfortunately felt does rip easily, which is why I like to use the gemstone glue as well. Taking the gemstone glue now, I'm going to place this around the outside edge of this rhinestone or pearl embellishment. And then again, hot glue in the center on that piece of felt, and that way the hot glue is going to form an immediate bond and hold this in place whilst the gemstone glue sets. So I'm just lining it up before I push it down. So there. And there is the finished satin ribbon flower. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you press the bell button, that will turn on notifications, and I'll be back again soon with another video. Bye for now.